Welcome or welcome back to We Rock and Math with Miss Catherine. For those of you who are new, welcome to this channel. On this channel, we have math videos that will help you solve math problems a bit more easy and faster. So please consider subscribing to this channel for more math content. There will be a link to the subscription channel down below. Make sure to check it out. Today we're going to do some rapid practice problems involving subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. If you haven't done so, if you need a refresher, you can check the video on subtracting fractions with unlike denominators, the instructional video, and you can click the upper right corner. That will give you a good review of the concept of how to subtract fractions with unlike denominators. So we have 4 problems here, and in a minute I'm going to say begin. Then you can take out a sheet of paper and pencil and you can work out these problems by yourself. Then we're going to come back and check our work together. And your goal is to get 3 out of the 4 questions right. It's important to understand why and how you get the answer. You may begin now. All right, we're going to go over these 4 problems. Looking at the first example, we have 9/12 minus 6/24. We have these 3 steps here that we want to follow. Change denominators to be the same, meaning finding the LCM, subtract the numerators, and finally simplify. We're going to look at the denominator that's larger of these 2, which is going to be this 24 here. Then we're going to list some multiples of 24. Which should be 24, 48, 72. Then we see which multiple this 12 can be divided by. It would be this first number here, 24. So we're going to multiply 12 by 2. If you multiply the bottom by 2, you multiply the top by 2, so the value of the fraction stays the same. 9 times 2 is 18. We're going to keep the denominator as a 24. Copy the subtraction sign. Keep the denominator of the second fraction. And the numerator stays the same. Now we can subtract numerators. 18 minus 6 equals 12 over 24. Now we're not finished because there is more than one factor of 1 between the 12 and the 24. So greatest common factor, the number that can be divided by 12 and 24 is 12. So we're going to divide the top by 12 and the bottom by 12. Now we have 12 divided by 12, which equals 1. 24 divided by 12 equals 2. And that is our final answer because 1 is the only factor left in common between 1 and 2. So half is our final answer. Looking at number 2, we have 7/18 minus 2/8. We look at the larger denominator of the 2, which is this 18. And then we start listing multiples of 18. We have 18, 36, 54, 72. Let's list one more. 90. Next, we want to see which number this 8 can go into, which would be this 72. So we multiply the 8 by 9, because 8 times 9 gives us that 72, and the top by 9, and the first fraction, 18 times what number equals 72? That would be 4, and the top is 4, multiplied by 4. 4 times 7 gives us 28. Common denominator is 72. And the bottom is also 72 for the second fraction. 2 times 9 is 18. 28 minus 18 is 10. Keep the denominator the same. Have 72. Now we see if we can simplify. We can divide top and bottom by 2. That is the greatest common factor between these two. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. 72 divided by 2 equals 36. So our final answer is 5/36. Number 3. We have 9/17 minus 8/20. The larger denominator of the two is this 20. Now this one is a little bit more complicated because it's a higher denominator, but we can start listing multiples out. We have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, and this is going to be a long list, but eventually you're going to find that the least common multiple is the number 340. Let's write it here. Now you can see that for this problem, for problems that have a higher denominator, this might not be the best method to find the least common multiple. So there will be a video on how to find the least common multiple using a faster way, and you want to make sure to check it out. But for now, you can just know that the least common multiple for This problem is 340. And now we're going to change both denominators so that they're the same. 17 is going to be multiplied by 20, multiply top and bottom by 20. Change the second fraction, 20 times 17 gives us that 340. Nine times 20 is 180. Common denominator is 340. Subtract 340 again for the second denominator. 8 times 17 equals 136. 180 minus 136 equals 44 over 340. And that can be simplified to 11 over 85. And so the number that we divided top and bottom by with was the number 4. And that is our final answer. (11 over 85). Moving on to number 4, our very last problem. We have 16 over 22 minus 5/11. We see the larger denominator of the two is this 22. So our least common multiple is 22. In order to get the 22, we think 11 times what number is 22? It's 2. So multiply the bottom and the top by 2. Now we just evaluate. 16 over 22 minus 5 times 2 is 10 over 22 gives us 6. 16 minus 10 is 6 over 22. And that is our final answer because 1 is the only common factor between 6 and 22 that's left. So hopefully you were able to get a good 3 out of the 4 problems correct. If you weren't, you can go back and check your work, see where you went wrong, maybe review the instructional video on subtracting fractions with unlike denominators, see where you made a mistake, and correct it, and you can redo it, and hopefully then you can get a 3 out of 4. Alright, That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below what other topics you would like to see. And if you do subscribe, leave a comment below saying, "I subscribed." I will try to personally reply to your comment. Until then, keep rocking at math, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.